This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our special Solstice Global Coherence Pulse. My name is Teresa Collins, and I'm just feel so honored to be here with all of you today. This is our last pulse of this year, and wow, what a year. What a year it's been. And I was out on a walk before coming on this session, and I was thinking about this group, this field, this effort that we've been doing together to come together and join our hearts and learn more about cultivating coherence and pulsing the planet with our love and presence, that my capacity to show up in love, with love, respond with love in the face of whatever I've been facing this year. And this deeper sense that I have of what my part is and just doing my part has been uplifted by these pulses and by this community and by our collective energy and pulsing into the field. So I just want to start by saying thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you for being here right now and adding your love and your coherence and your presence to this field. You know, we were on with Jim Garrison last month, and he was commenting about, you know, for a while, maybe the idea of global coherence pulses was really nice. People thought, oh, it's a really feel-good thing. It's something we should all do. And he really claimed on that call, and I'm really claiming now, that what we're doing here is not just a nice idea, but it is really a planetary imperative. It's really essential that right now we come together. We cultivate greater coherence in our own hearts. We learn to respond with love more consistently in the face of whatever we're facing. And that we bring that coherent energy into our families, into the world around us, And that's really what's going to help uplift this precarious and potentiated moment to really, really what's possible. And I look at the chat every time when I'm first coming in. I had to put my glasses on there, otherwise I can't see. And we're all around the world again. We had close to 1,000 people register for this call. And, you know, Hubert in Germany, I always see you right in the beginning, I always come in early. We're in Ireland, the Netherlands, in Hungary, in London, in Texas, in Canada, Scotland, Norway, Romania, we're in Chile, Australia. I mean, this is just the first 300 people coming on the call are from all around the world. And your energy right now is that you're anchoring this light, this energy that we're cultivating together on the planet where you are right now. So I want to touch into something that Jim said on our last call, and I'm going to ask Kaylin to bring up this quote. Jim, you know, mentioned Ilioprignogine and this quote about the Islands of Coherence. When a complex system is far from equilibrium, small islands of coherence in a sea of chaos have the capacity to lift the entire system to a higher order. And he talked about what Prignogine was really saying with this as he continued with his work. And he was saying that the coherence, the energy of coherence, actually draws the chaos to itself. And that's how it lifts it to a higher order. And he asked us on that call, is our heart big enough to really just draw in everything that's happening in our lives and really hold it in a state of love? Is our love deep enough to draw in all of the disequilibrium into this loving state of presence? Is our heart big enough? Is our love deep enough? And I believe the answer to that is yes. And I feel like we're so close. And what we're doing here with the pulse is really so important. So again, thank you so much for coming today and adding your love. And let's take a moment before I introduce our show and our guest, just to bring ourselves more present into this moment. And Kaylin, you can let this slide go now. I really like to feel the bottom of my feet. It helps me to just really connect with this place, this planet, this place on the planet that I am. And let's dedicate today to this beautiful planet of ours. Can we just take a moment to, bring our awareness into the center of our own sweetheart? Feeling our breath moving in and out of this beautiful doorway into the field of love that we all share. And let's relax on this eve of solstice. I love that we're starting right now at this kind of beginning wave of all of the solstice activities that are going to be happening, that we get to kind of seed the field with that. So my hope is today that this pulse, that this time together is nourishing for your heart and soul, and that it spreads more love and energy into your family all around you. And I really want to invite our brothers and sisters on the Southern Hemisphere who are in summer solstice, really just opening up to so much light. And those of us on the Northern Hemisphere really dropping into that deep, dark place, that we hold the energy of our solstice on our side of the planet. and that we really infuse this field today with our love and our compassion and our care and our authentic presence. So let's bring up the slide. I want to introduce you to the show today and to our guest. So this is a special coherence pulse, and the theme today is sounding a new world into being. And we'll be experiencing an inner practice, a number of inner practices for authentic expression in the world. And we're going to be guided today by a new dear friend of mine, Chloe Goodchild. So I'm going to introduce you to her right now. So Chloe is a singer, philosopher, vocalist, teacher, author, and founder of The Naked Voice. Chloe sings, teaches, performs, and records on her Naked Voice music label. She is also a presenter and author of Sounds True audiobooks and a teacher in the Shift Network. Chloe is the founder of The Naked Voice, a pioneering experiential vocal training program, providing a sound awareness toolkit of conscious core practices, music, audiobooks, and spoken meditations that empower you to find and to embody your authentic voice. The Naked Voice Charitable Foundation was established in 2004 to disseminate a deeper awareness of the essential role conscious communication plays in strengthening ethical awareness, social health, and well-being in all realms of human life. Chloe's seminal book, The Naked Voice, Transform Your Life Through the Power of Sound, was published in 2015. Chloe also has a series of podcasts called The Voice Dialogues and Voices of Compassionate Evolution that launched in 2019. And it explores and celebrates the transformative impact of compassion with new paradigm teachers, musicians, authors, artists, social activists, new scientists, and entrepreneurs who are making a difference in the world. You'll be able to have access to her music on her website and also Amazon and Spotify. And it was really the deafness that she experienced in her childhood that catalyzed her discovery of inner sound and silence, and has led to a lifetime of research of the human voice as one of humanity's most untapped resources for personal and global transformation. And I can't think of a better guide to take us into the field, into the singing field, for us to sound a new world into being together than my beautiful sister and friend, beloved Chloe Goodchild. Chloe, I am so excited that you are going to be with us on this pulse today. And I'm looking forward to you just guiding us in an experience today of the field and our place in it.
Mm. Thank you so much, Teresa. And thank you, everyone. This is so moving. Really, really moving to see so many people here from all around the globe. Absolutely incredible. And I'm just want to introduce you to my to the ultimate relationship. I don't know whether you can just about see here. This is what I call my major relationship with sound. I've been working with this wonderful unchanging note for many, many years. And so let's just start. Let's just begin. It's an immense privilege to be here for all of us, I know, and to realize that 30, 40 years since I first started really investigating the voice, not only as a metaphor, but as a musicianship. In other words, the body is a musicianship. We are made of music. And also the voice as a catalyst for our metaphysical understanding. And here we are now, and I'm lucky enough to be meeting more recently incredible human beings, cosmologists and people that, the wonderful Jude Caravan, who's been really just translating everything that we all understand to be true into our own respective disciplines as oneness, as wholeness, as interconnectedness. And so to musicate that, to realize that we are made of music, we are made of light, we are made of sound. And many of us for a very, very long time have come into this world with a sense of not having a voice, having come into a world of separateness and density and fear. And that world is really challenging us right now, of course, at another level of reality. And again, this is where sound, and that's to say the seamless connection between silence and spoken voice and sung voice, to experience the voice as one seamless reality. So it's we will no longer be able to say, I cannot sing. I just speak, as if speaking was separate from singing. As we know, poetry was just mentioned there by Teresa and others, and big thank you to Kristin Hoffman for her beautiful song that introduced this session today. Poetry is such a bridge. And so in the next few minutes, we're just going to explore some little introductory inroads into how to bridge into the voice of your soul. And it's very clear to me that you already are very deeply aware of that. So let's adventure together and let's just see how it goes. So I'm going to start, first of all, with the Singing Field Anthem, which came to me when I was touring with the Rumi poet Coleman Barks. And of course, the Fields, the poem, The Fields, which goes back at least 2 decades now and has just permeated through all disciplines. I said to Coleman, do you mind if I just insert the word singing, as in singing field, in there? And being the generous being he is, he just said, you do what the hell you like. So here we go. And I just want to start with this because it's my prayer for all of us. And it's really very much inspired by my relationship with the planetary mind, with Gaia, and with all the wonderful new people that I'm meeting at the moment who are inspiring me from the depths of nature with a capital N. So here we go, and my drone is on A. I just love A. There are many different ways to drone, and I just love A. It's just how it is. If you go to India, they will ask you, what is your note? Right? So, for a Westerner, being asked, what is your note, is really strange, because you just sing in a lot of different keys, right? But in India, you might just always sing on this one note, or you may have 2. And that one note for me is a metaphor for the unchanging ground of consciousness. And that's why I notice that it really assists us all to rest in our sound. And so here we go. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong doing, there is a field, a singing field. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you without any words at all, just ah, ah. Deep breath. Just be aware of your whole body as a mighty sonorous field of energy, of love. The whole emotional spectrum of your life is in this unique human body field of yours. And just find yourself smiling, breathing. Just aware of the energy that you came to this gathering with. The joy of knowing that there are thousands of beings breathing with you, listening to you. And just building this mighty neural spiritual network of love. And you may notice that in the background here with my harmonium, I'm just making my way from the top of the octave. We call it the octave of consciousness, right down into the belly and very close in to the source. That unchanging sound, which today happens to be A. Each of us, and we're going to be exploring how you find your note today, okay? So, just allow yourself to sink right down into the feet. I'm now traveling up the body. But before we travel up the body and through the chakras, through all the energy systems within the body, just let your awareness sink through your feet like 1,000 miles down into the earth, into this mighty planetary heart. This planet that has antennae growing out of it in the form of plants. Be aware of the energy of the land that gave birth to you, gave birth to this possibility to evolve a whole new sound planetary field of consciousness that has never been heard before. A field that is no longer dominated by right and wrongdoing. A field that is no longer held back or downtrodden by shame and blame. A field that knows itself as a music, a music of unconditional living presence made of light. Be aware aware of that subatomic light that is just tingling and vibrating inside you. Just find yourself just smiling at yourself. And just take a big breath and just be aware, I am here as I am. Be aware of the energy that is connecting feet with ground, with earth, with water. After all, we are just made of soil and water. This earth gave birth to the feet, the toes. Just let your toes wiggle a little bit. And just let that invisible music of energy and love just start moving up around the ankles. Just really contain it within your body field. Let it move up the legs, up to the knees, up into the hips, and just let your hips relax a little bit. Just spiral them around a little bit. Just let the torso just begin to flow a little bit, just however you feel it, you know. Just let the body follow the flow of the body, in other words. And then just keep letting that energy flow on up, swirling around the solar plexus, around the root chakra, into the pelvis, into our sexuality and creative expression, awakening the fire of Eros, into the solar, the my will, the I will manifest what I came here for, to realize and embody love in every cell of my being. I will. And feel that energy just flowing on up into the heart center, up through into the ribs, the chest, the upper body, up into the heart, into the empathic, devotional, and just feel, just maybe place your hands on the heart center and just let your heart respond. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I give. Just feel that giving that and receiving that comes from the heart center. And just find yourself, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Big breath now. So just an even bigger breath, and just let some sound ride out on that breath this time. And imagine it's just coming straight through the center of your chest. So your heart is literally pulsing your relief, your joy to be here. However it comes, who cares? It's just you. It's your unique sound. So just yeah. Oh, yes. And just find yourself saying, yes, 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 yes. Yes, and just bringing that energy up into the shoulders so that you're just loosening up the shoulders a little bit. Still aware of that unchanging note. Can you hear it? So there's that unchanging ground, and then there's this, just the little matter of the ever-changing, undulating, moving, creative flow of your unique sound. And so just bring that now into the arms and let the voice just move down the arms and into the hands. You may want to stand up at this point and just open your whole body out. And then just let the energy come into the neck. Just turning the head round and just singing that wonderful moment at the top of the cerebral spine where it connects with the base of the skull, or rather that's incredible space there. Oh my God, how did that happen? That space which, it just brings us into the higher heart and into the higher awareness, yes? And then bringing your awareness into your ears. You may want to just massage your ears a little bit And just feel the space between the ears and the throat and the muscles of your face. And just find yourself just coming up, just massaging the whole head and just tapping around here, around the crown, just waking up the crown and the pineal gland, the service realm, we call it, the realm of service, the pineal, compassionate love. So today, I want to take you through 7 realms of love with your voice, okay? So that's why this is where this is all leading to. So just be aware of this crown, just give it a lovely wake-up call. Yes, and just tapping all the way down the arms, yes. Down the other side, the outside of the arms, and then the inside, and then around the front of the chest. Woo! Enjoy that, yeah? And then the whole body, just let your whole body move, okay? And while you're doing that, I'm just going to sing this little love song. Just keep the body moving. And right down to the legs. Yes, take that tapping on down around here and down, right down to the base of the feet, right round, really massaging the belly. Lovely, 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 lovely. Shake the hands, and then just bring your hands together and make a fire. So at this point, I would like just to honor my collaborator, Masashi Minagawa, Japanese master of Shintaido. So bring the hands up. So we're just generating energy, getting ready to really fire up this voice, okay? This is called spreading light everywhere. So just all that fire, you just manifest it in your hands. Just let it absolutely send it out. Send it out to these 1,000 beings and beyond. Behind every being, there's another 1,000 beings. Yes. And then when you're ready, just to bring the hands down and bless the whole body. Just bless the whole body. And take another deep breath. And just take a lovely big breath in. And then just let that sigh just go a little bit further, okay? So, till you get to the end of that sound. And that's when the work begins. Then you listen. Let's do it again. And the question in the silence, when you get to the end of that one breath, one voice, we call it. In the silence, I want you to ask yourself the question, what quality of silence did my voice leave behind? Okay. So off you go again. Everybody, just away we go, right? We're just going to absolutely sound the entire planet with this beautiful free sound. One breath, one voice. When you get to the end, listen to that silence. Hey! That's the practice. One more time, have another go. And just let the energy feel, no thought about it, no performance, no desire to impress. It's just pure expression of your spirit, just sheer passion for life. wild, joyous passion. Just allow it again. One breath, one voice, and hey, oh, hey, And if you start practicing that, it's that simple. We're all using our voices so much, aren't we? There's a lot of chat, there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of, dispersion of energy through our voices. So with our work, what we're learning to do is to really remember that the body itself is a house of song. It's a house of song. And I have here a beautiful, the mighty Indian educational philosopher and spiritual master, Rabindranath Tagore. He talks about the song of life, how our life is just a living song. Yeah. And he says, ever in my life have I sought thee with my songs. It was they who led me from door to door, and with them have I felt about me, searching and touching my world. It was my songs that taught me all the lessons I have learned. They showed me secret paths. They brought before my sight many a star on the horizon of my heart. They guided me all the day long to the mysteries of the country of pleasure and pain. And at last, to what palace gate have they brought me in the evening at the end of my journey, in the years of my fulfillment? And so if you're not so familiar with his writings, do seek him out. A phenomenal being who really came to England and turned our culture around. And another poem here from our dear friend Mark Nepo. Let no one keep you from your journey. Let no one keep you from your journey. No rabbi or priest, no mother who wants you to dig for treasures she misplaced. No father who won't let one life be enough. No lover who measures their worth by what you might give up. No voice that tells you in the night it cannot be done. Let nothing dissuade you from seeing what you see, or feeling the winds that make you want to dance alone, or go where no one has yet to go. You are the only explorer, your heart the unreadable compass, your soul the shore of a promise too great to be ignored. Your soul the shore of a promise too great to be ignored. Well, right, okay. So, my dear friends, we're now going to move in the light of that intentionality into what I call the 7 sounds of love. So we've started, first of all, with this just practice of one breath, one voice. And I have to tell you, I actually have explored that practice with all kinds of people. I even found myself in a situation with 35 international policymakers. These are people that were responsible for the defense ministry, you name it. And they were right up for this. It just letting their hair down, but most important, hearing the silence and the message in the silence. And what that does is it connects you with the self-observing mind. So it takes the whole agony of, I haven't got a voice, I can't express my voice. It just disappears that, because your intention, your attention and your intention is to listen to a deeper voice, a voice that is within the voice, the human voice that comes out of the mouth, the personality voice. So in our work, we're having to train the personality voice, which represents very often the egoic mind, and to really train that through this self-observing, witnessing mind, how to become curious, become fascinated by what it's hearing, rather than, constantly castigating and telling us, that we're wrong again, or whatever that is. So the 7 sounds of love basically came to me following a transformative experience in India, where my egoic mind actually just disappeared for about 6 months. So I was walking around in this incredible, blissful state, right? And it was very clear to me that I needed help. And into my life at that time came this Japanese energy movement master, Masashi Minagawa. And he just, he said to me, I think I can see what you are doing. And he came to hear me singing at a concert somewhere, and I was totally blissed out, but I was ungrounded. I was just totally ungrounded. And what he explained to me was, he said, you're sending your energy too far out. He said, all the people in your audience, they're going, where's she gone? Where's she gone? So he said, I can help you. So we then spent about 25, 30, 35 years exploring this essential interface between the energy field of sound and the emotional body. How to really integrate the emotions, the energy, the elemental nature of the body, and then to see how we can integrate those to really embody our sound. So that distilled itself into what we call the 7 sounds of love. So I would love you to join me in just this initial practice, okay? So it involves standing. And although in fact you can actually do it sitting as well. And what I'm going to just introduce you to now are some energy movements so these are meditative sword movements. So first of all, just place the right hand around the left thumb. And I'm just going to introduce you to these movements first, okay? So just feel that, feel the stability of that. Just make a connection between that and your right and left legs and your feet. Okay, can you feel there's like a triangle there from the root chakra down to the right, along to the left and back up? So it's very, very stable. Okay, now because we don't have huge amounts of time, I'm just going to take you through the statements. They're like intentions you make for every level, and I'm going to share with you the location of consciousness as a field of love. So this is the source of love, and there's much more you can explore. I'm going to send you a video that you can have to practice with for the rest of time. The source of love, and you just say, I am. I am. That then opens from the root into the second, and the hands open into Ray, relationship. I open. I open. And just feel that. Feel your hands like laser beams. And now be aware of the connection here coming from the source out into relationship. So we've got the second chakra, duality, relationship, complementarity, correspondence, male and female. I open. Now feel the energy right there. This is called Ray. So I'm introducing you at the same time to these Indian mantric sounds, which followed me back from India. So beautiful. It's like our do, re, mi. And then bring your hands up now and bring your energy right to the solar plexus, as if you're sitting on a horse. And this area here, this is the interval, and the seed sound is Ga. And the intention is I will. So what we're doing is we're harnessing the will, the fire, the sun in the belly, I will. Ga. That then translates into the heart here. Ma. I give. Okay? You can feel the difference. Bring your awareness back down into Ga. I will. Back right down. I open. And I am. Source of love. Sexual, creative love. Instinctual, self-nourishing love. Empathic, devotional love. Okay? Coming back down. So you can do it silently as well. And you start to become aware of your body. We've talked earlier about the house of song. We're now building your house of song. Okay, now we're going to add the sounds that go with that. So the first one, I am standing. Sa. That's the root chakra. Just enjoy, just absolutely just returning to source. Sa. And then from source opening into Re, and the hands opening out. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, you could just spend an hour just with those two intervals, and you'd learn so much about who is singing and the soul inside this sound. Moving up to the Ga, Ga. And it can be really firm, but really relaxed. It's not like, Ga, I will. So it's a very conscious Ga. Moving up into the heart center. Ma. Beautiful. Can you feel that? Just imagine yourself and feel yourself opening out to all the thousands of people here. Just really opening that heart, Ma, mother, matrix, matter, Ma. And just feel your heart center really opening, and bring that back. Give it back to yourself too. So come back from Ma, Ga, back down into the third, and Re, down into the pelvis, and Sa. Beautiful. So that is, I am the source of love. I open into creative love. I will, self-nourishing myself and the world around me, nourished by nature. I give. In the heart, everything that has been given. And that then translates into the throat, Pa, all-inclusive love. So the hands are like this. Pa. So that is the 5th musical interval of your house of song. And that is where, you can really feel all this beautiful, grounded, psychophysical energy is just opening out. We practice these movements in Ireland. We've been practicing them in the high street, and it's not a performance. It's just a great place to practice. And then other people just enjoy it, It's rather like you see Tai Chi in the park. How many people love doing that, I wonder? Yeah. Sa re ga ma pa, pa ma ga re sa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, easy, easy. So we're building this ground of consciousness very, very intentionally and joyously. Now we're bringing it here. And what this is doing now is really opening our awareness of the field of the body. Is vast. It's vast, as we know. And we're feeling that vastness. Now I want you to really bring in the whole cosmos. So bring your hands up to a sword above your head, okay? And bring that down. We call this the sword of compassion, compassionate love. Okay, that is the 6th interval, and that finds us in the pineal gland. Oh, thank God for that. Yes. So you start to experience, once you've done this a little bit, so you're gathering the cosmos between your 2 hands and you're bringing it down into the pineal. And that sound is called I serve. I serve. Sa re ga ma pa da. So it's da. And then that translates into mystical love, ni, above your head. Just explore that. The 7th. Sa re ga ma pa da ni. 1 breath away from God. You can hear the sound itself is just calling you somewhere you've never been. Oh my God. Sa. Universal love. So you're back to Sa again. And then you bring that back down into the body. We're not leaving the body, we're bringing that home. Sa, ni, da, ha, ma, ga, re, sa. So that just brings you all the way home. And as my Indian classical vocal teacher says, really all that's going on, what goes up must come down. So our connection between heaven and earth is so instrumental, particularly in these times where we are realizing that we have to be so grounded and so present and so interconnected like we have never been. So you can actually practice these movements because they're very embodying. Let's just do it one more time from the ground. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. You've got there at least 8 realms of love that we've just covered there. And obviously in the deep, when we deepen into this work, you start becoming aware of where you're speaking from, where you're sounding from, where you're communicating from, and then how to balance the system with all these other realms, locations of consciousness. But one very lovely thing you can do is simply to sing the universal, the cosmic love back down into the body by simply singing to yourself in the mirror every day, how I love you, how I love you. And you can bring in that one breath, one voice. Hey! And then again, off you go again. How I love you. How I love you. So I invite you from now on every day, then you can just take it out into the street. It's very disarming for people that are, have a different plan for how you might be walking down the street. You just sing, how I love you, how I love you. There is a place I know, only I can go, only I can go, and no one else can go there for me. Yes, no one else can go there for me. There is a place I know. Just join me. There is a place I know. Only I can go. Only I can go. And no one else can go there for me. Yes, no one else can go there for me. Ha 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 ha. Can you hear the planet laughing? These human beings, my goodness, they've got a lot of learning to do around how to sing. La 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 la. The trees are singing. La 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 la. The birds are singing. Have you heard them? La 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 la. I was literally stopped in my tracks coming back from shopping today. this bird in a tree, it was just like so shrill and so emphatic that I listened to it, you know, really amazing. So just to close, a song that I've just written recently called We Are Human Beings. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are, and we are feeling, we are healing, we are revealing who we are. Will you sing that with me? We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are, and we are feeling, we are healing, we are revealing who we are, all our children. And then you can change that to finding, unwinding, minding. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are, and we are finding, we are unwinding, we are minding who we are. And then you can change that to all kinds of things. You can make them up. Freeing, seeing, being. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are, and we are seeing, we are freeing, we are being who we are. So coming back to that silence, what quality of silence does our voices leave behind, beloved Gaia? We offer our sound back from you to you. The deepest self-inquiry we can catch every day at the simplest level is simply to ask yourself at least once a day, how do you feel? And how does that sound? And to respond with no words, just sound. And then let that sound fulfill itself. It may be anger, it may be questioning, it may be contracting, it may be utter joy. At last, we are waking up. How does that feel? Thank you, all our masters, visible and invisible, in this post-lineage era that we are entering, with all the love of all the great wisdom teachings that have been given to us over the millennia. Now we can realize them. as ourselves, we can realize them. May our voices really embody that knowing of the perennial wisdom of living presence, of unconditional, loving presence. And may your voices, our voices, such gratitude, always remembering the sound comes from the trees and the plants and nature. We don't have to do anything. It's all given. It's all given. We just receive it, and then celebrate it. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, everyone, for the quality of your listening in this precious moment with you. Thank you, Teresa and Global Pulse, Coherence Pulse.
Let's stay on Chloe's screen for a minute, and let's all just rub our hands together and create a little fire. And first, let's send a wave of love and joy and appreciation to our sister Chloe. That was so, so beautiful. And just open your heart wide just to receive all of our gratitude and appreciation for you.
Thank you so much.
And let's in this silence, let's send this out into the field around us. Out into your garden, your neighborhood. Into your cities, countries. Into the field of love that we all share. Not one molecule left untouched by our love right now. And then let's place our hands back on our own heart and let's send a wave of love into every cell of our being. Nourished, open, and ready to sing our song. With every thought, word, and deed, every step we take, every word we speak. Let the unique vibration of your love sing out, strong, and proud, and courageous, and compassionate, and sweet, and real. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you. That was just so beautiful. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the chat, but the reflections of the experience today was so powerful. And so many things are just saying about how refreshed we feel, that we just need that. I think, so many of us have been through so much this year, and feeling this spaciousness in our bodies and this energy moving is so beautiful. And we had two questions for you before you share some comments. One is that we need the I am statement for 5 and 7. We got the sounds, but we didn't get the words, and everybody's wanting them.
Well, what I'd love, if it's possible, Teresa, would be I have a video link that we can send to everyone so they can do it. But so 4, 5, 4. So the sound was the sound of love. Obviously, is the empathic love, devotional love. Ma.
We needed the I am word. So we had serve, and then we had
I give, I am, or I am devotional love. You see, you can make your own.
I see. Okay, beautiful. I love it.
I am devotional love. I am empathic love, and then was it the 5? So that was all-inclusive love. So this mudra in meditative sword movement terms is called brightening the whole world. That's the name of this mudra. And so it's very, very powerful. It's very non-martial art. And I remember Masashi saying when he taught it to martial artists in Italy, he just said they were so shocked to be able to do that because it so completely opens, the whole body opens up, and you're in a spirit of total fearless embodied light and receiving and embracing and all-inclusiveness. So the lower chakras need to be really healthy and happy and strong, and then this just happens, you know, and then you gather it. Was there another one? The 4, 5, and
7. I think we got all the sounds.
Yeah. So this mudra is called pointing towards heaven. And a lot of devotional singers kind of live in this world, like up here. So you'll notice when you sound, the ni is the sound, ni. And we call this the realm of mystical love because you're literally about to enter into a kind of liftoff moment with the cosmic love or universal love, sa. And that again is, we're back with the one. So this is what's so beautiful about this House of Song exercise, 7 Sounds of Love, because always it just reminds us we're one. You always come back to one. So these sounds, these magic sounds, are called the 7 saptak, the 7 steps to heaven. So it's so beautiful in the Indian system how the connection with spirit is so integral to the practice of the voice. It's so beautiful.
Beautiful. I just found your video and I'm putting a link in the chat to the practice, but awesome. I'm also going to make clips of this recording so that we actually have the experience today that we can return back to, because I know we'll feel it as it's happening. So beautiful.
I am so happy. This is my absolute dream to really, and I'm so grateful to the internet, which becomes a kind of goddess presence, that it's able to join us in this way, in ways that we never would have before. It's so awesome. I'm so grateful to you, Teresa, and the Global Coherence Pulse. It's just phenomenal what's happening. And this collapsing of the dimensions between spirituality, science, and sound now is just, let's absolutely go for it,
Let's absolutely go for it. I wonder if you have a blessing for this solstice moment on the planet that you want to share with this community.
Well, I would love to share one, which I share every day, which is very much inspired by the Essenes, in fact. And some of you may be familiar with it or something similar. So it starts, divine presence, living in wholeness, moving in love and joy. I surrender to your spirit. Bring the radiance of your light into my heart, mind, every cell of the body. Merge with me, that we may realize the will of the one in this Gaia sphere. And my gratitude to Jude Caravan again for Gaia sphere. Her beautiful evolution from the noosphere to the biosphere, the geosphere, and the Gaia sphere. So thank you, Jude, for that understanding too.
We love Jude.
Yeah, we do.
That's how we met. Through
Yeah.
Jude, and we have a little planetary resonance group where we're having conversations about the power of music, the power of resonance, about our tuning our instruments to the current that's unfolding, the evolutionary current. And I think some people felt courageous today, like we're courageous to face into the current and align with this shift that's occurring, even though we have no way of really knowing where it's going. We can feel it when we relax and when we let our authentic presence through.
That's it, isn't it? It's like, who is making this happen? That's another question we love playing with.
Yeah. And I know that usually on your courses, we'd have a meeting line where we can see everyone and we all could be singing together. And it was also very powerful today to really feel the field. I found my listening to be deepened, one, to my own sound, but also I could feel us, especially in the silence. I could feel the potency of this collective field here. Thank you all again for, joining on these pulses every time. And we're going to do in 2022 more experiences like this, really giving our partners an opportunity to take us deeper into the embodiment of coherence. We've spent the first year or so really learning what coherence means in some way from different perspectives, because there's lots of different ways to experience this natural state. And now it's really important that we develop the capacity to sustain it, that it's an embodied experience more and more, and doing it in a field with other people and building this field of the pulse allows us to go there more easily. I know when I'm feeling a little bit lost, like it's really hard to bring love into a situation, or I'm feeling very tender, all I have to do is think about the field, this group, this community, the communities all around the world, and somehow I can draw from that field, find the bottom of my feet and get into my heart. It only takes a moment, but you can feel it. So we're all together in this field, this beautiful singing field, and we're all instruments in this field.
God, it's such a blessing, isn't it, that it's all happening. It's like we can all relax because it's just a very dynamic relaxation, I may say, not like as in collapse, relax, but relax as in really knowing that this collective consciousness is evolving. And the main practice, obviously, to do with being with oneself and also really constellating intentionally with others. I'm incredibly blessed, literally in the last few weeks, to have met an incredible group of people living near to where I live. And, we're probably all going to be living in the same place. And, who would have known that coming? And I think that just the smaller fields are very potent places for anchoring and, of course, being anchored by Gaia and the earth, and really maintaining this original connection with the source of all things, with the earth and so on.
Yeah.
That is just so important.
Well, Chloe, we're going to take a few minutes to share some announcements because there's some beautiful things happening on Solstice. And we're also going to play a recorded version of the field after we share some of these announcements. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away, and just let yourself just kind of like stay in this place and nourish yourself. And I'd love for you to stay for the announcements because there's some beautiful things happening for Solstice that we can add this beautiful energy we generated into. So I'm going to share my screen for a moment. So some people were asking if there would be a recording, and as soon as this finishes, it takes a little time to process on my computer, and then I will be making sure that the recording's available and you'll get a copy of that. I'm also going to make it into a clip so that you have Chloe's instructions live from today, and also just kind of for the energy of it. So we'll have that. And I'm also going to put some links in the chat from our Global Coherence Pulse last on November. And I cut those into 3 clips. One was the opening remarks with Claudia and Jim Garrison. And if you didn't see it, I really highly recommend it. There was a real potent transmission in that one as well. And I also put the meditation as a separate clip. And then the 3rd clip is Cornflower and his closing song, which was really uplifting. We're also putting some links in the chat for Chloe's website. And Chloe, you can pipe in a little bit around this. There are so many resources on Chloe's website. Sign up for her podcasts. There's a meditation room with all kinds of beautiful audio and a listening room. So Chloe, I don't know if you want to say a few things about your site, but what a treasure chest it is.
Well, it's a great joy just to share, everything that's been given. So we're just passing that on. If you are looking for music, the meditation room are just slightly more extended versions of meditations that have been very valuable to people. And that's just a free meditation room. You can just click on that and go there. And the listening room just gives you lots of samples from the various albums I made. The Fierce Wisdom album, particularly, I made that following 9/11 because I was actually flying over New York City in a United Airlines flight on 9/11. And so that actually inspired this piece of music, Fierce Wisdom, which, if I was to pass tomorrow, I'd be very happy I made that piece of music. The singing field is really our flagship anthem, if you like. And so to have that to hand is a good one. But there's a very, because of my upbringing in Western sacred classical music, which then morphed into indigenous music and, Middle Eastern and Indian inspiration. There's quite a range of things from Hildegard of Bingen's antiphons and, right through to the raw devotional chanting styles and more kind of experimental improvisations and so on.
Beautiful.
So enjoy.
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
May I just share with one thing that I am totally excited about, that I would love to talk with Global Coherence Pulse about more, actually, is that we're creating it's like a 2-year gathering. We're just calling it a community of sound called Living Presence, a community of sound. And you'll find out more about that on our website. It starts on February the 2nd, and it'll be on the first Wednesday of every month. So just to be fun to talk with you more about that, Teresa, in terms of really just the plan being to, just really have a renaissance of relationship with our voices on every level. So that's really what that's about. It's not about performance. It's very much about this deep sounding and vocalizing from self-inquiry. So it's very much an embodied energetic experience.
Beautiful. We'll be sure to join in.
It'd be brilliant. So
I also want to invite support for the Pulse. This year we raised enough money, both from a $5,000 matching grant that we got from my dear friend, and from the community that responded as a result. And we were able to cover our expenses of putting on this Pulse every month. What we weren't able to do is raise enough so that we could compensate the people that are helping to put that on, like Ian and Kaylin in the back end here, which are so amazing and have helped all of our artists and our presenters to really up-level their experience online. They've been really great, to Penny and Alexi on the Live It Now productions team. So if you have this feeling in your heart that you've been supported by the Pulse, I invite you to give a gift to help support the Pulse either now or in the early part of the year, so that we can keep generating these offerings on behalf of the whole. And if you can't give any, cash money, keep coming on the Pulse, because your participation makes the difference above all. And we're going to keep doing these. So I really want to invite you to give a gift if you can, and be generous if you can. The Islands of Coherence Network launched last February, and we are in the middle of evolving this membership community as a real sacred place for us to be able to practice together, for us to learn together, for us to be held in the field as we're exploring embodying coherence individually and collectively. So we want to invite you to go and check out the Islands of Coherence.net site, and in January, join the member community, where we'll have some regular offerings every month for us to be able to come together and participate, and then some courses and other offerings as the year unfolds. We're really taking seriously that us coming together and cultivating coherence is one of the most essential things that we can be doing on the planet right now for ourselves and together. There are a number of events. This is, we have so many partner organizations that we are working with in order to keep spreading this energy across the planet. And Ekam in India is one of those partners. They have millions of people meditating together, and they're doing one of their beautiful sessions on the 19th. For us in the US, it's on the 18th. So make sure when you check on the site that you get the date and time that's right for you. Saturday Night Alive, we've co-hosted several Saturday Night Alive events. Actually, Chloe was on our one in November, and they're having their solstice celebration this evening. And so there's links in the chat for that. And it looks like they have a super fun lineup, like Michael Beckwith and Lynn Twist and Andrew Harvey. It just looks like a really fun group. So you might check that out tonight if you're home. And then this I got from Mr. Ben Bowler. Unity Earth is hosting an event called The Longest Night. And it is going to be about embracing our grief and celebrating the light. So really letting us go deeply into our hearts and loving the process that we've been under, and forgiving ourselves and each other, and just really, really feeling deeply all that we've been through so that we can open to the light that's on the other side authentically. So that one is going to be on December 21st. And I know I'm going to be joining in that one. It seems like a beautiful event. Gary Malkin, Kristen Hoffman, many of our favorite musicians and speakers will be a part of that. And they say to bring water and a candle if you come. And then lastly, 7 days of rest and renewal, sacred rest and renewal. The Islands of Coherence, the Global Coherence Pulse, is going to join in to the 7 days. This is their 5th annual event. And I'm going to play just a short little video. Gary Malkin is going to be hosting a daily gathering. And so we're going to co-host that with him, bringing in the music and some beautiful conversation and embodiment of each one of these themes as we take the first 7 days. Imagine this, that we take the first 7 days of this new year and we focus on rest and sacred renewal of ourselves and all of life. That's what I'm saying is a good plan. So I'm going to play this short little video. I don't think I shared my sound. So. Can you hear the sound?
Yep.
7 days of rest and sacred renewal. This annual global event for the healing and thriving of Earth and all her inhabitants. During the first 7 days of the new year, we unite around the world to renew ourselves and our sacred bonds with each other and with all of life, with uncompromising commitment to living the truth of who we are. We rebirth ourselves individually and collectively as wise and loving stewards of creation. Together, we lay the foundations and prepare for a new era of love and wisdom in action.
So let's dedicate this first 7 days of the new year to our rest and renewal and really pulse the planet with that. And I hope you'll join us for those events. And now as we're coming to this close, and Chloe, we can just kind of stay on. You're going to be playing this beautiful song. I don't know if you want to introduce it as a way for us to stay in the field together as we close off this call.
Yeah, I mean, the words really just say it all. It was an anthem that I just felt compelled to make, and it's my dedication to humanity, and with deep gratitude from Gaia for it, and it's. I think it probably will speak for itself. It's just taking the poem of the field into a more polyphonic, anthemic field. I just love sound that brings us as close to all the cosmic cellular micro organisms, that are dancing and bouncing around, and all the star seeds and the galaxies and the planets. And my prayer is that as many people can hear it and just sing it and share it together. So thank you so much for sharing it. I love your image. It's just really so beautiful.
I thought about that's all of us gathering into the field together, and all these little lights all around the planet. There we are in the current of this coherence and love. And we'll play this song. It's about 6 minutes. We'll also put some the slides up again of some of the announcements, and we'll put the links in the chat so you have a few moments to collect those in case you'd like that. And then just also know that every time we post the replays, we always post all the links so that you have them at any time. If you're listening right now to this recording or you come back to it, all of this is here because we want you to have access to the resources, the information, and the experiences that are going to support you to cultivate greater coherence in the heart of your daily life and to pulse the planet with this love together. So we always want to make sure that's available to you. So Kaylin, let's go ahead and play that music, and then we'll say goodbye at the end.
Out beyond ideas of right and wrongdoing, there is a field, a singing field. I'll meet you there.
Beyond ideas of right and wrongdoing, there is a field, a singing field. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there.
Thank you, Blessed Chloe. Thank you so much for gracing us with your love and beautiful presence today. And thank you, everyone that came on the call and added your light to the world. And let's have this be the first wave going out into the world for this solstice weekend and blessings. And yeah, any closing words from you, Chloe?
Just huge gratitude for this time and for this awakening that is occurring in these very wild, unprecedented times. This incredible awakening that is happening, and it is happening through our voices. May the voice serve that awakening.
Bless you. And I will send the links out to everyone along with the recordings, so no need to worry. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Thank you, Teresa, you awesome goddess of the pulse.
And thank you, Kaylin and Ian behind the scenes. Gosh, we could not do these pulses at the quality that we do without your guys' presence and love. And you've helped so many. So we're sending you a bunch of love. I know you weren't feeling that well this week, so just know that we're sending you lots of love and blessings, everyone. Have a lovely day. Happy solstice.
Happy solstice.